I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Monday. How is everyone? How was your weekend? Was it good? I had a good weekend. It was kind of dull. I didn't do much, but I got a lot of rest and stuff. You'll know more about it if you are checking out my self-care Claire channel as well. That I'm making a self-care video every single day on. Because my grounding mat and grounding sheet arrived, it's been quite a trip. It has been quite a trip. I'll be making another video about more about that today. So check that out. I've put a link there in the live chat. Hello, if you're watching the replay, come along live sometime if you can. Would love to see you. Anyone right now can book in for one of those one question readings. If you're on here live with me, you'll find a link for that at the top of the live chat. And don't forget to click like on this video while you're watching as well. That really helps me out. Thank you for doing that. In order to join the live chat and to speak, hey Barbara, and to speak just like Barbara did, well, type, then you'll need to be subscribed to my channel for at least a minute. Well, subscribe to my channel and then wait a minute and then you'll be able to. So go ahead, book in for one of those one question readings. I'll do it right away in this show. Excuse me. Or if you're watching if you're watching the replay, you can book in. I'll do it in the next live show right at the start and then send you the link to the replay. How was your weekend, Barbara? Mine was good. A lot of video making. It's quite a lot of work doing another video every single day. But perhaps I'm just going to do 2 pick a card reads now every single week. I think that'll probably work better for me. I am enjoying doing the self-care Claire videos. If you would like to check out that channel, and that's more about all-round health and well-being, there's a link for it in the live chat. Come along. Would love you to watch me do my daily stuff. Well, let's get some cards out. Hang on a minute. Let's just see if someone's booked in. No, nobody's booked in for those one question readings yet. So book away. You can ask anything. It can be specific questions, yes or no answer questions. I've got my bag of tricks down there. My bag of very specific cards that I pull when I'm doing readings. I use those in the in private readings as well. I use a mixture, in fact, of tarot and it just depends on what kind of reading it is. Tarot, oracle cards, and those little cards. The little cards here in my bag, they're very specific, you see, and I do find it I find these cards very good to read from. You see how battered they are. I've been using them for years and years, and I've got, I don't know how many decks, six decks of these cards in here. Yeah, it's good overall. A little, I don't know, that word is hiding behind a little heart. This little heart here. You know, you can click those. It goes right in front of what anyone's written at the end of the line. So once there's another comment, I'll be able to see what you wrote. Let's get some cards out. So apart from those one question readings, if anyone books in for one of those, I will be getting some tarot out. And let's talk about where we're at the moment, what the guides want us to know about trauma release. Because I'm all about trauma release. Barbara, have you been watching my Self-Care Claire channel? So it's like a vlog style video that I'm putting out each day. I do take great care of myself, and I just thought I would share every day, either like vlog style of what I'm doing fitness wise, that'll be in there, but also my other things like my grounding mats and sheets, like skincare, anything really, anything self-care, and like focusing on one thing or a couple of things each time in each video. I'm finding it, I like it, I really like doing it, so I hope you do too. I've got the 2 of Swords, talking about trauma release. 2 of Swords, indecision. And what have we got indecision about? The High Priestess, not feeling the intuitive nudge behind something. We are sensitive beings, women, generally. And I think trauma makes us even more sensitive too. Because trauma, it gets us to do the inner work, really. I mean, it's quite a gift, isn't it, in a way? it does get us to do the inner work. We tune into ourselves more, and we do get more intuitive and more sensitive to energies. So why is that causing us an indecision? I know at the moment with me, I still haven't been to the hospital to get a medication for my PTSD. I've never wanted it medicating. I've never really pursued that because I've never heard that there's a cure to it. I'm not interested in taking medication just to switch out one symptom for another symptom, because that's what they do. There are always side effects to medications. And now I'm actually hearing that it affects methylation. And so if you take medications, all medications, they say, it actually competes with your glutathione. Your glutathione, I might be getting in the weeds here, for some of you that are not into like longevity in the health space as much as I am, but glutathione is the antioxidant, our primary antioxidant that our body makes. It's got something to do with methylation and aging, and yeah, any and every medication competes with glutathione production, so it has age shortening effect. All medications. I can feel it. I can feel that medications aren't good for us, and I know those that stay away from medications have a better time of it. And I know also that some things we need medications for. But yeah, my indecision right now is I want to try out that alpha blocker to see if it is a cure for PTSD, because someone said that it is. And then there's another part of me like going, oh, this is big, because it's not just about taking the medication that's a cure, it's taking the medication and then triggering myself so that at night I've got a chance, the REM sleep has a chance to process it. That's the bit of trepidation that I've got. It's like that it requires strength for me to put myself through a cycle like that, and to also to trigger myself requires someone to be around too, because I've got to try and get into a relationship. I can try it. It's not the trying it. It's the trying. It's the medication. So I'm guessing that I'll take the medication for a week or something and then trigger myself. The triggering myself requires someone else, and it requires my mind to think that someone else is going to have access to me at night, which requires someone to come into my space. I can't fool it. No, I can't fool it. I can't have one of my friends come in here. It's not gonna make a difference. Like, it's not gonna do it. It's got to be someone new. So I've got to time it right with like a date or something like that. I don't know. Anyway. Hi Maria, how are you? How was your weekend, Maria? Maria, have you checked out my other channel, Self-Care Claire? So we've got the Queen of Cups next. So I don't know what you're hesitating on, or Two of Swords, not sure about. It's something to do with your intuition, so perhaps we'll get a nudge when the time is right. Yeah, I'm hoping that, in fact, I am hoping that for me is because I need the medication first, right? And then someone to come into my life. So I'm hoping my guys go, Claire, it's time. Take your medication. Someone's coming. We've got the Queen of Cups and we've got the Chariot. Queen of Cups and Chariot. So the Queen of Cups, she's open, soft, open-hearted. Yeah, it's hard to be this when we're traumatized. Sometimes we do it so much, like we do it too much to compensate for our being closed down, and so we're way too open when we're traumatized, and that all kinds of people in our lives. Neither of these things are good extremes, you know. The Queen of Cups, she's open, but she's pulled in two directions. Okay. Yes, the medicine takes adrenaline down. When you've got PTSD, you've got adrenaline running through you all the time, including when you're asleep. Other people don't have that. So when other people sleep, things can come up in REM sleep to process, and they process it. It removes the emotion from that memory, and in that way it's kind of healed, so that you've just got the memory without the emotion. What happens with PTSD people is our body tries to do that, our minds try to do that, our brains try to do that in the REM sleep. They do it, but because we've got high adrenaline, it wakes us up. So the emotion, we go through it and we go through it again. So it's the adrenaline that's the problem. Now this medication, it takes the adrenaline down, you see. And so then if you've got the trigger in that night when the adrenaline is down and REM does its thing is I won't know whether REM's done its thing because it won't wake me up, hopefully, right? And so if it wakes me up, it hasn't managed to do its thing. So it's going to be a bit tricky as to know whether it's worked or not. So it's not so much wiping away the fear, it's just taking the adrenaline down so that REM sleep has its chance to do its thing without waking up. Because that's the problem with PTSD, is you go through it over and over again because the brain can never process it. Never take the emotion from it, so the fear never gets removed from it. Crazy. Hey Monkey G, you want a private reading? I'll give you a link for it. Hang on. My private readings, full readings, Monkey G, there's a link for it there. No. Why did that not work? Here's a link for my full readings. No, I don't do them live, sorry. Just the one question readings live, Monkey G. Just the one question readings live. Maria had a good weekend, cool. Did 5, doing 10 readings, busy all day, awesome. Awesome. So Chariot might be pulled in 2 directions. Queen of Cups, open to it. And the King of Wands, female version of the King of Wands. So this is doing something about it. You know, I think this is saying that we're going to get the nudge. So if you've got any healing in progress, any healing of your trauma in progress, then I do feel like this intuitive nudge is going to happen at the right time to proceed. Now, you know, it just struck me with my self-care Claire channel taking off now, and me really fired up about that. I set that up last year, that channel, and I knew to set it up. So I had the intuitive hit, but then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with this. Like it didn't have a good format to it, and it didn't really. I wasn't pulling it together. Do you know what I mean? And now I was thinking on it this morning. It's like, it's so weird that I had that intuitive hit to start the channel last year, but it kind of wasn't the right timing. Sometimes I'm a little bit too in tune with my guidance, and then I do it right away. And I'm like, guides, why did I do that? What did you have me doing that for? But it kind of makes sense now. I mean, now I'm taking it and running with it. So sometimes this happens, you know, as we piece it together. It's not all at once. And in a similar kind of way, I'm getting that from this too, is that you might, like I did, hear about something but not take action on it right away because you're pulled in 2 directions, so you're really open to it. King of Wands, this is when you do run with it, take action on it. The Lovers. I think this is about me. And then the Lover comes in. You see, because mine, to get triggered, to trigger my PTSD, because I'm very good at not triggering it. The last time it was triggered was when I went on 2 dates. On the second date, he came here in the afternoon and he sat on the lounge there while I was finishing off uploading some videos before we went up. And I was really comfortable with him in here. We were getting on so well. He was kind of pottering around looking at things. It was cool. And I was doing my thing. Not conscious Claire, absolutely not a problem at all. No fear, nothing, absolutely nothing. I was very comfortable with him, very, very at ease. I felt like I'd known him ages, you know. But him being in this room was enough, apparently. And I kind of thought, is this going to trigger me? I talked to him a little bit about stuff. And anyway, that night, yeah, like it was only a short like late afternoon date. And then that night, PTSD back. So it was enough that I can't trigger it. Yeah, well, I guess it's kind of easier to get triggered. It's not that easy, you see. It's not that easy. It's like, because I don't want just anyone in my space. You know, I've got to be a little bit selective, but I guess I could use Use a tourist. I guess I could use a tourist, right? Someone that I'm not really that interested in. I could, because it's about someone attacking me in my bed. It's only about that. None of my other traumas I've got PTSD about. Just that one. And it's because it's a sleep thing. That's the thing. That's what makes it so complicated, mine. Is because as a kid from 3 years old, I was woken up. Well, usually I'd wake up hearing my brother being beaten first, knowing that it was coming for me next. And it happened so often. It was so terrifying. And I just relive it. Not relive it like I'm a girl and it's my dad or my brother beating me. Reliving it like there's someone here now attacking me. It's just, terrible. Oh, it would be so good to be rid of it. Anyway, then the lovers. So I do feel like this reading is for me. I hope it's resonating with you too, because pretty much the guys are telling me I will know, it'll flow when the time is right. I'll get the intuitive hit and I'll get those drugs and I'll take them, and then someone will show up and then I'll be able to deal with it. Well, sick people do sick things, Barbara. Yeah. Oh, and I can't imagine. I really can't imagine. But my parents were not happy people, and my dad was having an affair, and he would come back home, and my mum would be pissed with him, and then she would say, they've been naughty, and he'd be like drunk and angry because he's had to come home, and he wanted to be with his lover instead, and he would come up the stairs, and that would... Nightmares. It's nightmares, but it's real. So I wake up, it feels like it's happening. I'm seeing it, and then within a couple of seconds, I realize it's a nightmare and it's not real. But I'm going through the emotions of it. I'm screaming that, so I can't even speak the next day. Lashing out now, but the lashing. I used to freeze when it happened, and since I've been doing Muay Thai, I fight back now, so I can be like punching the air and things like that, and my heart rate is so very rapid. When it happens, if I've got a partner, and of course it wakes them up, and they give me a hug, I can calm down, I can go back to sleep. By myself, it's very difficult to get back to sleep. It's very difficult to calm myself down enough from it to get back to sleep. Often because once I'm awake, then my mind's like, oh shit, it's happened again. I do so well at avoiding it now. I can go for a year without it, but only if I stay like away from guys. Really, away from relationship, guys in my space. That's what it is. It's not guys and it's not relationships. It's them having. If my mind thinks that anyone's got access to me, and that can include like a noise outside. A noise outside will trigger it too. So yeah, it's like, no, it's not flashback. It's not flashback. It's never that. It's not back to the original experience. I mean, it will have been when I was younger, because I've had this all my life. I've had this all my life since it happened. So, I know. Yeah. I mean, I did leave. You see, as sick as it is, it was normal to me, you know? It's all I knew. I only realised kind of how bad it was when I went to uni. It's my first time away from home. And when I met good people there, and it's like, oh, these are nice people. These are nice people. They're very different than the people that I've been around my whole life. And and when my friends at uni met my family, they were like, these people, and that's when I first thought, okay, right, there is actually something wrong with my family. It's not normal. But they were my family, and is what I knew, you know, and so, but not just that. I had to rely on them. I was a student at uni, you know, and my dad was earning too much, so I couldn't get, at the time in the UK, I don't know what it's like now, but money, you know, you got money to be at uni, to live. But I couldn't get that because my dad was earning too much, and so he had to give me the money. instead, and so very much still reliant on them, you know. And then my friend, then when I moved back home around them and got a job, got new friends within the job, good people again. If they met my family, they're all saying the same thing, like, just don't ever invite me to anything around your family again. I don't ever want to see them again. And everyone would say that about them, everyone. And I just got to the point where it's like, you know what, I don't want to see them again either. But that took me ages. That took me moving to Australia to get away from it all, to get clarity. You know, so it's hard when it's all you know. Get triggered if there's a program on TV. Burst into tears, relive the situation, flashbacks. Sorry to hear that too. Yeah, I think mine is complicated because it is a nighttime thing, because the fear is around actually being in bed. I think that complicates it. The audio's skipping, is it? Sorry about that. It seemed like the internet was okay, but it does seem to be slow. Open widget. Error. Warning. Yeah. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it. I hope. Well, apparently we're going to get an upgrade, a microwave upgrade this week. We'll see. We'll see. Everyone's complaining about it, saying this is just ridiculous. Like, you can pretty much just browse and you can't work online here, but I'm managing it just about. Let's get some more cards out. Trauma release. Yeah, PTSD. Wow, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it sucks. It's like I've done all the healing consciously, and I'm cool about everything now, and then there's the sleeping me. It's like still with that nervous system issue. The mouth's moving, there's nothing coming out, really. Well, that sucks. We've also got encountering conflict. This says, I don't choose sides, I take a stand. Interesting, that just came out. I recorded the 22nd of May. Today's tarot just before this. And that, I don't choose sides, I take a stand, having clarity and being true to ourselves. Important. Countering conflict. In other words, not backing down in conflict. So not being gaslightable is what it is. So when it's like, this is what I want, and then someone else says, no, actually you want this. You say, no, actually I don't. When we're talking about relationships, it can be, I'm saying that because it came up in that reading. Say if someone tries to have a relationship with you and then they tell you that they're not ready, that can be really annoying, right? Or they could tell you that they don't want a relationship. To put up a boundary then to them, saying, well, I'm ready for a relationship. If you're not, then that's cool. You go off and do your thing. I'm ready for a relationship. I'm going to pursue other people. Coming up with a boundary like that, taking a stand for what it is that you want when you encounter conflict or the opposite of what you want, or something that you don't want. Interesting. So we've got to be stronger in conflict or in opposing energy. Here we go. I'm connected again. Hopefully it's back now. I'm just trying something else to see if it's faster. Should be back. I should be back now. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So not being complicit, not being bendable. When we're abused, if that's where your trauma comes from, often the abuser wants us to be complicit. They want to tell us what to do and for us to bend, you know. They perhaps want to gaslight us or whatever. And we've got to be really strong in that, to overcome that. Even if we've been trained to be the cool girl, be easygoing, for us to be the one backing down and changing our minds or changing what it is that we want, or, you know. I think we do get trained, if we have been abused, if that's where trauma is coming from, by them to be complicit in things, you know. Yeah, the audio won't be on the replay either. If YouTube's not getting it from this, and it's not getting it at all. Hopefully this will be a little bit faster. The connection right now. I'll keep going. Next we've got healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. I hope so. I feel so ready for a relationship. That's the thing. And now it seems PTSD is the only thing standing in my way. I didn't realize it was standing in my way. Didn't realize, but of course it makes sense. Subconsciously I'll be like, no way I want to do anything that's going to sabotage my avoidance of PTSD, because I've been avoiding it real good. I've been managing it so well. I used to have episodes all the time, like all the time. And now, as I said, I can go like a year without it, but it's at the detriment of my relationships. My heart will love again. So, how interesting. You know, I've been doing this show for so many years now, and all of the guidance that we're getting on relationships and all of that, and then how they got me like now focused on trauma release. And yeah, isn't it interesting? Trauma holding us away from the right relationships. Let's get more. Stick around to the end, because I'll be pulling one of these cards out for everybody that does. The Secret Manifestation cards by Rhonda Byrne. I've got last times, which is be grateful for all you have. I am grateful. Polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. It's something that I avoided was my feelings. I used to use alcohol because a lot of the feelings that I had was anxiety all the time. And now I don't use alcohol. I can feel my feelings more. I can only feel my feelings more once they were more positive. Once I had made good decisions for myself in my life, so that there's positive things around me. And I turn away quite quickly from the negative things so that I can have positive feelings. That has allowed me, protecting myself, has allowed me to be present and feel. And now I'm good with that. Because now it's very rare that there's a negative feeling that comes in. And when it does, I do something about it straight away. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. But having said that, I do not regret the years of alcohol consumption, because that anxiety was ridiculous. That level of anxiety, looking back, I didn't know it at the time, but looking back, it was ridiculous. And, you know, when I had a counsellor, because I was raped a few times as an adult too, and the last time, and it was going to be the last time too, because I'd had enough of it, I took him to court. Well, I didn't. Australian government did. I was primary witness. To do something about it, I kind of don't. It's a double-edged sword. Taking him to court was good, because I was being, standing in my power. That it was the point where I said, I cannot go through this again and survive it. I won't survive the next time. This has got to stop. And so I went to the police, and they assigned me a therapist. And the therapist said, like, when we got into a lot of therapy, and she was like, I can't believe you're still alive, what you've been through. She's like, it's a miracle you're alive. The clarity that she gave me on what I'd actually been through was amazing. Reconnected. Sorry for the stop and starts. Should be back on. And yeah, I always thought I was blessed and that I was fortunate. And for people that really knew me like that to say, shit, the stuff you've been through, how are you even here? Really put it into perspective for me. But again, didn't take away that fear I used to think it was like fear of everyone, but I could see that other people were good, but I didn't seem to be able to choose the better people. I was still letting abusive people into my life. Anyway, I regret taking him to court because it was a terrible experience. It was like going through it again, being put through it again, but in a courtroom this time. They were absolute assholes. The judge, all of them were assholes. He got away with it. I was humiliated, put through it all again. I'm like, why did I do that to myself? It was completely pointless. They try and protect the one that did it. And the police said to me afterwards, we know he did it. Like, we're going to be watching him. Like, we know he did it. So, like, thank you for doing that at least. And sorry you didn't get justice about it. But at that point, I was still drinking alcohol. I don't regret drinking alcohol because I'm sure it's the only thing that kept me alive, because it's the only thing that kept me functioning. To dampen down all the bad feeling enough to function was what was required. But now I can't stand it. Like I drank again not last weekend, a fight night, and it's horrible. You're threatened by your daughter. Yeah, no contact is best. That's all we can do with abusive people, is no contact. It sucks, but yeah, I've got to do it. So polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. It's hard to feel. It's hard to feel when there's negative feelings around. We don't want to feel that, right? And that's why we use things to not feel. But we do need to feel in order to heal. You got to feel it to heal it. That's for sure. In our own time. In our own time. I was once living, when I had my spectacular breakup with the guy that I was living on the yacht with, disembarked, and on an island, a lady whose house I was staying at, they'd just been through something. I mean, her husband wasn't there when I moved in. He was in New Zealand, because he's from New Zealand, and his dad had just died, and he was going through his dad's things. He had to go through his dad's things anyway. She'd have a video call with him every night as she was making dinner. Sometimes I'd be around, and afterward we'd sit drinking wine outside, me and her, and she would talk about it. I'd talk about my stuff, she'd talk about her stuff. She was a great woman. And just about her situation, she was saying, I wish he wouldn't smoke pot. Like, he's smoking pot the whole time he was there. And I said to her, like, it's kind of mean. That's kind of mean you're saying that, because when you're going through something like that, it's really hard. Those feelings are really hard. And those things, whether it's alcohol or pot, those things that we use to bring those hard feelings down, it helps us get through it, you know? And to wish that someone raw dogged it, did it with no help at all, that's kind of mean, isn't it? That's kind of mean. Just like, Claire, you've got a point. You know? And she'd been through hard things too, but perhaps not in the same light as I'd been through it, so I could shed light on it. And so what I'm trying to say is, if you are doing the things, whether it's alcohol, drugs, food, pornography, I don't know, there's kind of a load of things, shopping, a load of things that we use to not feel. Go easy on yourself. It's not necessarily a weakness. It could be helping you. It's self-medication. Let's get another card out. Yours food. Yeah, I think a lot of people use food. Me not so. I've been in a deficit the last 3-4 days. Like, seriously trying to do it instead of just eating anyway. If I eat 1,800 calories a day, I remain the same. If I go to 1,600, then I'll lose fat. If I go to 2,000, I'll put fat or muscle on. But fat and muscle, I should say. Yeah, in the last few days I've been staying in a calorie deficit. Going down about 0.2 of a kilogram every single day, I'm noticing. I tend to be, when I'm stressed, I don't eat. I forget to eat. When I'm busy and focused, I forget to eat. I've got positivity. It's too far away. I can't do it. Positivity. If you can find even one thing to be grateful for, it will restore you to the light. Please, dear God, let me always feel gratitude for something that I can. Even a tiny thing, even in the hardest of moments. Wow. Okay, so not dwelling on the hard stuff, instead just finding one thing. Coffee is nice. One thing that we feel positive about. I'm just getting this feeling like I'm telling you now not to beat yourself up too much. And positivity, this is not saying like find the positivity in the thing that is not feeling good at the moment. That is mean to yourself, really mean to yourself. Don't do that. We've got clarity next. Clarity says, let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways. That was kind of from the tarot cards too. Especially when matters are unclear. They will become clear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. You can trust your intuition. So for those of you who think, oh, I'm not really facing it, or I'm still using food to numb out, it's like, it's cool, it's okay, you're on the path to it. There's no, like, the universe isn't like a strict teacher saying, come on, do it now, rapping on knuckles. My piano teacher, or my parents, probably my parents, told me that I was lucky that my piano teacher didn't hit me on the knuckles, because apparently that's how they used to teach. You get it wrong, they'd whack you on the knuckles. I was lucky that I didn't have a piano teacher. My piano teacher was weird, just this old lady. She lived with another old lady. And she had this weird little dog, and she had, like, her doors were those plastic slidey doors, you know, the I don't know what you call them, those ones, weird, funny little house. Memories. Money. All my finances are now in divine order. Are they? Love itself knows my needs and is the source for all. Yay! I needn't cling to gain or fear loss. In your own time, universe, if you're in control of it, it would be good. Thank you. Every need will be met through offering all to the divine. Giving it up. We're on the path. I feel it more keenly than ever. I know my path has got something to do with fitness. And I don't know whether, did I tell you? I can't remember. I've been kind of not yet offered, but in the running for being a fitness model for a scuba diving brand that want over 50, an over 50 model to model less. Cool. That would be cool. I like that. I would like to open that door to doing that kind of thing occasionally. And I'm feeling very good about my self-Claire channel right now. It feels good to me, mate. It's a lot of work to add that filming and editing to put one of those videos out. It's not a lot. It was a lot of work when I did the Muay Thai one, because then I was doing the Muay Thai video for my Muay Thai channel too. So that editing was more in depth, but today's will be an arm workout. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. I'm liking where it's all headed. The path that you're on as well, you're in the right place at the right time. Don't go hard on yourself. I think I'm back. Mine is change your thoughts, change the future. At the end of every day before you go to sleep, think through the events of the day. Even if events or moments didn't go the way you wanted, replay them in your mind the way that you did want them to go. No, you've completely changed your future. I was in bed for 9 hours and 6 minutes last night. I got 9 hours sleep. That quality of sleep is the best. And I've been sleeping really good, but that quality of sleep is the best I've had for a long time. Now, my first night on the sheet was dreadful. Anyway, if you check out my other channel, you'll see my experiences with that. Hey, Teresa, you've been quiet in there. Maria's up. Maria's up next. Hey, Mary Ellen. Maria, think more about what you want, not about what you don't want. So hard, I know. Which means be more in your conscious mind than your subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is always prattling on about the things that we fear, the things that we should be scared of. It's negative. It is negative to protect us. And so if we just let our mind run riot, then it goes to the negative. But we've got to use our conscious mind to think more about what you want. Use your conscious mind more. Which is why meditation is so good, because it's exercising being clear on what thoughts you're having and where they're coming from. The only reason anyone is not living the life of their dreams is because they're thinking more about what they don't want than what they do want. The truth is, if you only ever thought about what you want, that's what you'd get. If you take action on it, of course. If you think about what you want and then not take action on it, that's not going to do a thing. But yeah, meditation helps because we are present with our thoughts and we notice when they come up, and it's like, oh, that's the fearful mind. That's my negative mind. That's trying to protect me from what it thinks is going to kill me. But this thing is not going to kill me. It's not going to kill me to do a live today. You know? That kind of stuff. Teresa Green. Teresa. Feelings are powerful manifestors. Remember that worry attracts more worry, unhappiness attracts more unhappiness, fear attracts more fear. But don't beat yourself up when you have like a negative feeling. Just know it's like a magnet. Our feelings, our predominant feelings especially, they're like magnets. We've got to do all we can by making good choices in our lives to feel better and to feel better and to feel better. So if you're worrying, go into it and go, okay, what am I worrying about here? Is it valid? Is it even like valid, or is it just my subconscious mind prattling on about something that it thinks it's going to kill me even though it's not? Or it's like, okay, no, I really am worried about something that I need to do something about. I'll do something about it. And that process will make you feel better. When we empower ourselves, it makes us feel better. Even if the condition hasn't gone away yet, if we've done something toward it to make it go away, to make our situation better, we feel better. Empowered feels better. And so then joy attracts more joy, happiness attracts more happiness, love attracts more love. Nice. It's for you, Teresa. Mary Ellen's next. Mary Ellen. Anyone else want one? Anyone else there? This channel's been doing quite well lately. Getting new people. The shorts bring new people onto the channel. Hello, newbies. Very nice to have you on the channel if you're watching this. I think it's like 8,800, isn't it now? Subscribes. 8,812. You see, 8,800 yesterday. It's going up now. I'm so happy about that. Oh, it was stagnant for ages. I've still got the mix right at the moment. You're welcome, Teresa. Mary Ellen. What's happening here? None of them are cleanly coming out. So let's carry on shuffling for Mary Ellen. What does Mary Ellen need to know? That definitely came out. There's 2 cards here, Mary Ellen. You get 2. Booty bonus. Your natural state is joy. It is. Look at any baby or child and you'll know that. They're laughing and smiling at everybody and like dogs. All it takes is one positive thought. I think it glitched then. To return to joy is so simple. Is it? All it takes is one positive thought and then another and another and another and another. Your natural state is joy, Mary Ellen. Believe you have received. Interesting. Oh, thank you, Maria. Oh, that's cool, isn't it? Yeah. I learn from watching other tarot channels too. I took a lot from other tarot channels. I don't watch them anymore. I only pretty much watch fitness stuff now, health stuff. But yeah, I did the same, and I entertained at the same time as learning about it too, because people have different takes, right, on different energies from the cards. It all helps. Well, that's good to know. Thank you so much for sharing. Back to Mary Ellen. Believe you have received, Mary Ellen. It takes time for, or no, scratch that. Believe you're going to receive. This says it takes no time for the universe to manifest what you want. Any time delay you experience is due to you getting to the place of believing, knowing and feeling that you already have it. Now, it takes no time for the universe, but it does wait for alignment to happen. And so sometimes it does take some time through no fault of your own. And sometimes we lose belief because it hasn't manifested instantly. But you need to know that you're always on the path to it. Not only you getting in alignment with it, but it coming. And it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. That is the message I'm getting for you, Mary Ellen. It's you getting yourself on the frequency of what you want. When you are on that frequency, then what you want will appear. I don't know about you, but this whole believe you have received, trying to tell myself something's happened when it hasn't, my brain just goes, bullshit. I can't fool myself something like that. Tell myself a lie. Liar. No. But what's not a lie, it's about to happen. It's coming. It's coming. I know it's going to happen. That is truth. I can believe that. There's some bits about the law of attraction that I think is just like, well, it doesn't work for me. Maybe it works for other people. Does it? I don't know. But there you go. When you do your private readings, you do a similar thing. Oh, cool. Like the format. I am in a definite rut with that format. Like once remember I used to change the format and stuff, but now I'm just like, this works. This works. I'm on autopilot. Sometimes I'll change a little bit of my blurb. And I know I speak too fast when I get into the automatic speaking parts of it, like click like, subscribe, and all of that shit that you have to say on these things. Firefox first. Ah, yeah. And then your own spread and away. Oh, cool. It is a good format. I think it's a good format, yeah. Very good. I'm happy to inspire. I do find tarot very useful. Although I don't use it for myself anymore. Oh, I do a weekly read for myself. But I rarely use it for myself anymore. I do get new information, new ideas, new clarity about that I do apply to me in the video reads that I do, and in the private readings that I do as well. It's like, oh, sometimes I'm given a private reading. It's information that's completely new to me, guidance that's completely new to me, and I'm like, that applies to me too. That helps me. But I used to use it a lot for myself, and I don't need that anymore. I just don't feel like I need it anymore for myself. I'm good on the path that I'm on. Anyway, there you go. Thanks everyone for coming along. Thank you so much. And don't forget to click like on this video before you click off too, or as you click off. That really helps me out. And let's do this all over again in 2 days' time. Keep your fingers crossed that the microwave upgrade will be there. I don't know why it's microwave. I don't know how the internet works. Don't need to know, just need to use it. Have a good one, everybody, and I'll see ya when I see ya. Bye.